Good afternoon, everybody. As the Home Office Minister, whose responsibilities include crime prevention, I co-chair the National Retail Crime Steering Group with the British Retail Consortium and was delighted to be invited today to support the launch of this very important toolkit. To start with, just a few words about the case for urgent action. You will be quite familiar with this. Firstly, crime is changing, and so the way we all work to tackle it must change too. A clear example of changing crime comes from the findings of the BRC's most recent crime survey, published last month, which shows that at least 53% of the fraud experienced by their members is cyber-enabled. At the same time, industry data on financial fraud shows that there are approaching 2 million cases of fraud in the year up to September 2016, up by 39% from the preceding year. We are already taking world-leading action to stamp out cybercrime and fraud, but this is not something that the government can do on its own. Businesses have a responsibility to take steps to protect themselves and their customers, which is why we are delighted that the BRC has worked with so many retailers to develop the Cyber Security Toolkit. It provides practical, step-by-step guidance on what businesses can do to prevent, prepare for, respond to and recover from a wide range of cybercrimes and incidents. And it includes clear direction on what companies can do to bolster their cyber protection. The toolkit places particular prominence on the importance of good partnerships between government, industry and law enforcement. I know this is really important. It is why I really value the work of the National Retail Crime Steering Group, which brings together different retail sector interests, government and the police to ensure a shared understanding of modern crime threats and to develop joint solutions. Turning specifically to cybercrime, the risk we face here is that both international and domestic cybercriminals increasingly view UK businesses as attractive targets. We are determined not to let that happen. The UK's future security and prosperity depends on our ability to safeguard our digital information, data and networks at home and abroad. This is why we launched the National Cyber Security Strategy in November last year, supported by 1.9 billion of transformational investment. It is, of course, vital that we continue to work with the police and with businesses and industry to counter cybercrime. In doing so, we'll build on the work of the Joint Fraud Task Force launched by the previous Home Secretary just over a year ago. That is a partnership approach bringing government, law enforcement and the financial sector together to develop new and innovative ways to deliver more effective responses. The toolkit being launched today will support the Cyber Aware campaign, which is about how together we can encourage the public and work colleagues to adapt more secure online behaviours such as using stronger passwords and downloading the latest software updates. Providing clear links on your websites to action fraud will also help victims to report these crimes and will also help to improve the national picture of fraud and cybercrime and the dissemination of reports to police forces. So, in closing, let me come back to that key word, partnership. Today's toolkit has only been possible because of close cooperation between many of you here today and the new National Cyber Security Centre, the National Crime Agency and government. It is an excellent example of what can be achieved when the private and public sectors come together to solve problems of mutual concern. It is for this reason that I congratulate all concerned on the launch of the retail industry's new Cyber Security Toolkit. Thank you all very much for all that you have done and continue to do to tackle the modern crime threats facing the retail industry.